We move to KwaZulu-Natal now, where residents in Durban North, Kenville, say a road which closed 5 years ago in that area has made their lives difficult. This was due to an incomplete construction project, with residents saying that the closure has affected businesses in the area and some people have even moved out as a consequence. Nobuhle Modise joins us live from the very site. Nobuhle, 5 years for this road closure. What are people saying in the area?
5 years indeed, Erin, and people are essentially frustrated. It used to take them about a few minutes just to get to the road behind me, which is Inanda Road, and now they have to take a detour that's about an extra 10 kilometers. So I want my colleague Gift Ngosi just to show you, the stretch of road and what exactly it was that was being, constructed or upgraded, the particular road they speak of. So this is the road that was being constructed. It's Kenville Road, and what the Teguni municipality had said to the residents is that they were upgrading it, putting this bridge here, and residents are saying that this wasn't necessary at all to begin with. So now it has posed, many issues, because number one, they're unable to access this road behind me. Like I said, Inanda Road, it used to take them, a few minutes. It's about 400 meters just to get to Inanda Road, but now you have to drive up the road where my colleague Gift Ngosi is showing you, and take a detour, which essentially is about 10 kilometers. And now this has been a problem for the past 5 years, and residents are saying they're completely frustrated. The building that you see there is the Umgeni Heights flats, and people from there have moved out. I was speaking to the building manager earlier, and she had explained to me that about 40 residents have moved out, mainly because they can't access this road. Their kids that go to school in the area now have to take transport, and that's an extra cost. Petrol is also, we've had fuel hikes, and that also is a challenge. And so unfortunately people have had to move out. Businesses in the area have been affected, especially during that construction when it took place in 2018 that was then halted. Businesses here were affected, and many of them had to close down. So a lot of residents are still frustrated. The building manager that I was speaking to earlier just telling me that they're afraid that they're going to lose more residents, and business has been slow. The few residents that they've managed to keep in the building are also, having thoughts of moving out, because the extra distance that they have to travel just to get in and around the city center is proving to be difficult. So this road behind me, Inanda Road, essentially links you to the Durban city center, and now they have to drive all the way around. Earlier I was speaking to a spokesperson from a mosque here in the area, and they run a number of programs, Erin, where they have a school inside the mosque, they have a feeding scheme, they run an orphanage in there, so they service the community as a whole, and the services there are now being affected, because those who have to do deliveries, for example, for the soup kitchen, for the orphanage, are now saying that they can't, access the roads here. The road that they have to take, the one that's open, is also now deteriorating and collapsing. So the residents here are saying they're essentially sandwiched in the area, and if that road continues to collapse, they will then have no way in or any way out. Let's take a listen to what Mr. Mohammed Farouk, who is a spokesperson for the mosque here, had to say earlier.
When we were told that the road is going to be undertaken some changes for the betterment of the community, we were happy, because it will lead to improvement, progress and development of our area. We expect it to be close to 6 months to a year. Unfortunately, it's taken over 5 years. In that period, it's not affected not only the mosque, but our entire residents, our community, in the sense that our congregants have dropped, our programs have diminished, our activities have ceased to exist now, and not only including that, some of the roads have collapsed in those few years, and we were held hostage that we are unable to enter or exit our Kenville area, and that is due to the most amount of difficulty. And the thing is that even now, when it's supposed to be open, we hope that it will be open as quickly as possible. Now it's been stagnated, and it's been even delayed even further.
Another issue, Erin, because there are many issues outside of the road just being closed, is that there's an informal settlement to my right. And now I hear that last week or about 2 weeks ago, the road, they did attempt to open the road. The municipality did attempt to open the road, and within 10 minutes they had to close it down, because there are children from the informal settlement that play here in the area. So now they have to put humps on this road, which is further going to delay the road actually opening, which, like we've been saying, it's taken them 5 years years, and now that the road was open, they had to then close it because now it poses a threat to the children from the informal settlement who play on this road. When we got here earlier this morning, we did see a lot of children, utilizing this road and playing on here. So there's a lot of issues here, Aaron, and the municipality unfortunately hasn't consulted community members here. They're not saying anything. They actually don't even know why that particular project was halted. And like I said to you, this is a short stretch of road. This is it. This is what they were constructing, and it seems finished. I mean, there's some open pipelines there to my left, but outside of that, it seems as if the road is finished. But now there's the issue of having to put the humps here just to make sure that the kids in the informal settlement are safe. So a lot of issues here. The eThekwini municipality isn't saying anything, and the residents here are saying they're frustrated because there haven't been any consultations with them and they don't know what to do next. As a result, some of them are moving out and others don't have a choice but to stay here. So a lot of issues here, and the residents are essentially just very frustrated.
Nobuhle, really interesting to hear from you how you and Gift have been moving through that area this morning, that short stretch of road. We heard from Mohammed Farouk there saying it would take 6 months to a year. They thought 5 years on, and as you say, still not properly open because of those issues now around speed humps, because there are children from the informal settlement nearby who are playing on that road. It looks very sort of sparkly and new, but as you say, this conflation of factors. You said, if I heard you right, that the municipality doesn't know why this build has taken so long. Surely that's not good enough?
It isn't good enough. When I speak to the residents here and ask them if there's been any consultation, in fact, if they were even consulted before the construction took place here, they're saying they weren't consulted. There haven't been any engagements that they've had with the municipality. And the municipality hasn't also given any answers as to why that particular project in 2018 was started and then it went to a complete halt. So nothing is being said on the end of the eThekwini municipality, and now it falls on us to also find those answers as to why that project number one was halted and why it is now that the road has taken them so long to eventually open the road. They've closed it again. Like I said, last week or about 2 weeks ago, they attempted to open it, but then they realized that they need to put speed humps because they are kids from the informal settlements. So a lot of questions that need to be posed to the eThekwini municipality, and they aren't giving any answers, unfortunately, to the residents here.
Thank you for your reporting there with our colleague Gift Nkosi. Nobuhle Modise there for us on this story.